You may think that your gender, your skin color, or your occupation make it okay to hurt people. Well, a black man decided to defend himself after careful scrutiny from the part of the video they tried to show. Only part of the video they tried to show was shrouded by trees. And here's what it shows. She had a gun. He took it from her so that she couldn't shoot him. He beat the brakes off of her. And he took her gun from her. And what did she do? Did she stand there and take it like a man? Oh, no. She ran away like a coward. Isn't that what you call it if a man does that? Now, as close as he was to her, if he wanted her dead, she would be dead. There is no way that you can shoot at somebody from that close and miss, unless you miss intentionally. Now, although I will agree with many of you who say it's too bad that he missed, but I do want to say that the fact that he chose not to make her a martyr bodes well for all of us. Woo! Well, it looks like I showed up too late to go to the cigarette store. They are closed. They close at 7. Not that it matters. I was pretty friggin' broke. I was hoping that there was some cigarettes in the ashtray, but yeah, there's a couple in here. Anyway, I really can't say anything bad about this guy. I mean, I looked at the video. It doesn't look as if he's trying to actually harm her. And then she pulls out a gun. Any homeless person or black person knows what comes next. Homeless got to worry about it more than black folks do. Now, this man, what did he do? He stopped her from shooting him. Why you show up with a gun? Why are you going to pull a gun on somebody and then complain when you get it taken from you? The man didn't have a weapon at all. 0 weapons whatsoever. Now, why is it that he won in court? Well, could it have something to do with the fact that she pulled out a gun, stuck it in his face? I think that could have something to do with it. But she thought because she was a white girl with blonde hair. No, you ain't. Everybody knows your hair is dyed. Nah, she got herself in trouble. She got a little bit too big for her britches and thought that it was okay to, oh, I'm afraid. I'm just a poor little white girl. I don't know the laws. Oh my God, I was afraid of him. He was a black guy. And he beat the brakes off of you. That's right. He beat the brakes off of you. That's what you get for pulling guns on unarmed people, lady. Ha ha. Now, of course, that's sarcasm. I don't actually see this as a funny situation. Not that it matters. I'm not considered a human being to you people anyway. Wait, if they have a badge, they're not people, are they? When we were little kids, we always got to hear about the cops and the robbers, and the cops are the good guys, right? But then, of course, those of us who grew up in the system, it doesn't take long to realize that that's wrong. That's completely wrong. sir. Obviously, I'm trying to unstiffen my legs. I'm talking about a modern American hero. What is it that makes him a hero? Is it the fact that he survived it? To some degree, yeah. Absolutely. If he had been the one shot and he had died, they'd call her a hero. He was not armed. Do you get that? He was not armed. How many times have police claimed that I was trying to harm them for weapons I did not have? That's right, Boulder, Colorado, the hospital there. They tried pretending I assaulted them with a deadly weapon or attempted to. Who's screaming?
Stop.
I thought I heard someone scream my name.
Yeah, that was. How's your day been?
Not as good as it could be, but I didn't die.
That's true.
Still trying to turn in a lot of useless POSs here, but on the bright side, me being the only person I know who's not a coward still means there's one person I know who's not a coward.
Facts.
Yep. Having issues with the window? I'll be safe, y'all. Anyway, there's a lot to be said for standing up for yourself. California, they're trying to make it so that nobody's allowed to have any gun except a cop. Well, you know what? You get to see how well that worked out. That cop took a gun to a fist fight and got pummeled. I could hear about how women are better than men in every way, and men need to shut up, blah, 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 but you know what? Screw off. Yeah, I found some money. Money. I guess I can stay down, shouldn't I? Because I'm not going to be able to. Fucking Christ. So, of course, the news wants to paint this officer out to be the victim. No, that officer is not the victim. That officer pulled a gun out on an unarmed man, an unarmed black man who is smart enough to know that his life is very, very much in danger. That officers in California are known for killing people who are unarmed, especially if they can call them mentally ill, which obviously they were trying to pull. However, a jury decided after looking at evidence that that man was actually in the right and that officer was in the wrong. And after looking at the evidence, it makes perfect sense why. She a straight up crook. She thought she was going to bully a black man with a gun, thought she was going to hide behind a badge, and it backfired. Not only did he get off, but she lost her firearm. Now, why would you do that? Why would you not show up to a situation with the intention of de-escalating it? You pull a gun on a black man, he has every right to shoot you in the head with your own firearm. Don't do it. By the way, that goes the same for a white man or a white woman. Now, since this woman thought that she was going to get away because she a pretty white girl with a badge and a gun, with attempted murder against a black man, and guess what? She lost her gun. And she thought that he should be charged with attempted murder because he beat the brakes off of her. Well, no. He took her gun from her, but he didn't shoot her with it, now did he? What would she have done if she'd have gotten faster on the trigger? she'd have blown his head clean off. Thank goodness for that black man in California standing up for our rights, standing up to women, standing up to cops, standing up to whites. Do you like that? It ain't just white people that do this. It ain't just women that do this. It ain't just cops that do this. But I ain't going to pretend that somebody's guilt or innocence is based on their gender or their occupation. You pull a gun on an unarmed person, you deserve what you get. She's lucky that he decided not to shoot her. So to that man in California who beat the brakes off that woman, even though the news is trying to paint her as the victim, man, you my hero. Thank you. Thank you for not being sexist. If you'd have been sexist and said it's never okay to hit a woman, you'd be a corpse right now, sir. I want to thank you for your survival instincts. Anybody else want to disagree with me? Who cares? This is an autocratic dictatorship. You try being jerks to me, it's pretty easy for me to get you off my channel. Just like it's easy for you to deny a person their human rights by calling them mentally ill. Anybody in California that is not applauding this decision is an idiot. And I want to thank those of you who are on the jury who saw fit as to see to it that this crook did not get away with her crimes, that her victim did not end up in prison for defending himself. I live in a country full of cowards. Matter of fact, a country so full of cowards, and selfish cowards at that, we should just change the name of the country to coward. I know one non-coward in this country. There's a lot of other people who are afraid. Of course, there's also a lot of people who played victim. We got a lot of racists, like Samuel Leon Lawrence IV and Zayd Atkinson. Before you tell me they're the wrong color to be racist, maybe you look at their attitudes. Y'all want to point out all the mean, evil, horrible stuff that I do and say, well, where did I learn that from? Woo-wee. I'd say the best part about this man, not only did he beat the brakes off of her and took her gun, that's right, she pulled a gun on an unarmed black man. That officer got her gun removed from her person, and he was still kind enough to let her live. Reminds me of Jack Sparrow. I will let you live. Before you go join in a police department, remember that these are human beings that you're dealing with, and that it's not okay for you to be a crook with a badge. Now, many of y'all say, hey, Sean, you make your decisions, you pay for the consequences. I wholeheartedly agree. I also believe that should be the same for police officers, firemen, and of course, Department of Health and Human Services. There's a couple of people recently that I found out their kids were took. Although they're witnesses, and I could probably do something to try to help them get their kids back. I could probably even try to play let's make a deal, as in, well, they come forward and tell the truth. In exchange, I help them get their kids back. But that's not going to happen, and do you know why? Because those people don't deserve their kids back. If you're going to do that to your own kids, you don't get them back. I'd rather sit in prison for crimes I did not commit than do anything to help you get your kids back. Are you out of your mind? Meanwhile, we got heroes like this man in California. Decided to exercise his rights as a human being to protect his rights and protect his life from a pretty blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl who thought that she could go ahead and get away with whatever she wants. Whew. Like I said, my heroes don't kill people. If you wanted her dead, as close as she was, believe me, I've used a pistol before. The only way for him to not hit her at that close is for him to intentionally not pull the trigger. Intentionally not hit her. I'm not sure if you noticed, but a human is a big silhouette. And of course the news still wants to paint her as the victim. She's the one that pulled a gun on an unarmed man. No, you do not get my sympathy after you pull a gun on an unarmed man. I'm going to say that one more again for y'all's in the back. She pulled a gun on an unarmed man. She thought she was going to get uppity because she had a badge and a gun. Well, it didn't work out too good and she ended up on the run. One more time, just to make sure that you way in the back bleachers, up there in the nosebleed section, I want you to understand. She is not the victim, she is absolutely the predator. And may the police begin now to feel what it is that they have done to the homeless for near the entire time this country has been a country. Woohoo! The news may want to paint him as the bad guy. I get it. It's California, right? That's where all of us got to hear about boys in the hood, right? So then we got to do something about that. We got to do something about public image, right? Oh, you mean like police officers murdering people? Maybe we should do something about that public image? Well, we could start off by not having them carry guns. If the cops can have guns, the population should have guns. The populations that the police are most likely to shoot are the ones who are least likely to be armed. However, that lady learned quick, fast, and in a hurry. Just because you brought a gun to a fist fight don't mean you're going to win.